Welcome to the Tokyo Game Show. It is madness here. So over the next 2 days, me and over 250,000 registered attendees, just look at this, are gonna find everything gaming. So now here at Funjible Games, we're obviously gonna have a focus on that Web3 crypto gaming side, but we're gonna make sure we bring everything to you. Now, this is the view you get as you enter Hall 1. Now, over here, we have some up-and-coming games, and we have the major titles like Sega, Nintendo, PlayStation, and some Web3 games over in the distance here. Now, probably the most eye-catching thing here is seeing some esports live happening with Mech Break, and this is only just the entrance hall. Now, one thing that I'm excited to take you guys to later today is talking to the Polygon and Immutable team, as well as one of our partners, Aperon. They have a really cool booth that you're gonna see very shortly. Check out this Google Play castle. It is so cool to see a 3D castle of everything Google Play. And if you are a fan of mobile gaming, we're definitely gonna make sure to cover those for you too. And to be honest, I thought my biggest mission today was to give you guys the best possible interviews, but I think it's gonna be to not smack someone in the face with my tripod. So here is the Sega activation. We have Sonic Rumble being released. So all these venues are broken up into monstrosity setups like the Sega one behind me. We also have smaller game booths that you can come and try out, just like this game here. And of course, we have the Japanese classic Dragon Ball Z behind us here. So now, whether you're a Web3 token speculator or a hardcore gamer, there's something here for everyone. So when we talk to all these project founders, we're gonna be giving you the latest updates so you know when you can play their titles, what they're working on. And what's cool about being here at Tokyo Game Show, the biggest gaming event of the year, is they actually have some advanced demos. For instance, we're gonna be talking to Cross the Ages a little bit later, and everyone knows about the really cool novels and trading card game, but they're actually giving us a very early access look of the new RPG that they're building, which has a 7-year time horizon. But first, with that childhood nostalgia of Konami behind me, I'm actually gonna take you over here to Aperon. We've covered this game a few times on the channel, so if you haven't seen those videos, make sure you check them out after this. But now we're actually gonna talk to the game co-founder named Frank.
Well, let's walk you through the booth.
Sounds great.
Okay, so first we got our newest anime trailer right here. Haven't revealed it to the world yet, showing it in Japan first. We'll post this a little later.
And check out this beautiful activation space. Right. So can you let us know what's happening here?
Okay, so basically the main attraction is of course the plushies and the gacha box right over there.
So we're playing here on the iPads.
Going through our new tutorial and also going to fight in the arenas against the existing users over here. The things that you should look out for in Q4 is definitely the Momo launch itself, together with a lot of activation events and campaigns that will be running on both our in-game and our marketplace.
It's also really cool checking out these massive Web2 gaming setups. We can see Palworld's here behind me. I actually just interviewed the team, and about 2 minutes into the interview, we find out that, oh, we thought this was an audio interview, even though there was a camera, so there's some language barriers there. So no updates from Palworld, unfortunately, but they're building big things. And then here is the Palworld activation. We have a whole bunch of gamers playing there. There's currently a show happening right now, so they asked me to go through it quickly, but it is so cool to see what they build with these booths. Now, in terms of Web3, YGG Japan, as well as TON, have booths set up here. I tried to get a little bit of information from them, but unfortunately only their Japanese team is here, so I can't give you any updates from TON Gaming on their side, but who can definitely do that is the Polygon booth here.
We want to do a little bit of a throwback back to when you lived under your mom's basement. So we're going to call this my mom's basement.
Nice, it definitely has that vibe.
Yeah, it's going to be the first section of mom's basement. It's going to be where you want to chill and lounge. Polygon and Immutable Games is in a partnership for TGS. So Immutable Games has a lot of studios that work closely with Immutable Games. And Immutable Games has all these different posters. So you can see all these posters that you're going to see throughout the booth.
Nice, let's get a bit closer.
Yeah, that shows different games that are currently live and is going to be live very soon.
My name's Greg LaBooze. I am the head of gaming at Polygon. Some that you'll see around this, posters of around just the booth itself. But on my end, there's Wilder World. They have their racing product out now. and you could play that. It's as AAA as you're going to get in Web3, actually. The team is incredible behind it, starting to form a competitive layer as well, which is interesting because we haven't had a competitive scene in Web3 quite yet. They are also releasing a first-person shooter, I believe it was by year end.
Now, I've got a special treat for you because Wilder World is actually here and the game founders themselves are going to be showcasing the game. So now we've got Rebellion and this is Phoenix. As you can tell, Phoenix is Anon, but why don't you let us know a little bit about this new game?
Hey, what's up everyone? We're locked in here. This is the first world premiere playtest of Rebellion. This is our new first-person and third-person shooter game. We already have Wilder Wheels. The racing game is out live on Epic Games, but right now we are showcasing Rebellion.
Oh God, there's more that I probably should have set aim before I did that. Oh God, there's 3.
Here we go.
Abort, abort. Oh God, where's the corner? No! Oh God, no! Not what I wanted to see. Oh God, there's so many. So overall, Rebellion looks so cool. I definitely need to change my sensitivity, but it's pretty fun. Thanks a lot for having us here today. Appreciate it.
First in the world to play Rebellion. It's great to have you here, Mike. Can't wait to keep sharing this in the future.
And there we have it, an unexpected world exclusive for you guys at Funjible Games from Wilder World. They're debuting their game called Rebellion, and it is a first-person, third-person shooter that is just only in its alpha phase now, but later on in Q4, they're gonna announce how you can try it for yourself. So now leading from one really big Web3 gaming team of Wilder World to another, we have Cross the Ages here beside us. If you're unaware, Cross the Ages is from a team developed in France. They have a massive series of novels that is really popular. It's currently French only, but they're going to be translated to English for how popular they are. But what we're here for today is interviewing the team, learning more about their popular trading card game, which came out a year ago. Also an exclusive playtest of their RPG game. So let's go check them out.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Anthony Jarre, the CEO of Cross the Ages. One character can have 7 elements, and it will impact your strengths and weaknesses in the game.
And this all ties in with the novels and the lore?
Yeah, indeed. All dungeons are based on a specific timing in the saga of Cross the Ages. We will start the early access at the beginning of the year, of the next year, and all the dungeons that will be released during the first year is based on the first book.
Yeah.
And each year we will make a new season with new 6 dungeons.
Okay,
and
very cool.
6 dungeons are based on a new novel.
Well, it's so great to catch up with the team from across the ages. We first started talking to them in 2021 before the trading card game was out. So it's cool to know that the reception has been so good and also being able to check out that RPG game today. I'll show you some play test footage here because it looks so cool. But like they said, this one is a huge time horizon. And when we know those books get translated to English, we'll definitely let you know. Now, as for the Tokyo Game Show venue, we are at the Makuhari Messe, which is outside of Chiba. And it's roughly about an hour from Tokyo or an hour and a half by train. And in this venue, it is absolutely massive. There's 12 different halls, all 3 massive warehouse buildings. Like, you can't even see the end of it. It's so huge. So we've got 8 halls on this side. And then the indie gaming side, we have to go to a conference hall all the way on the other side here. So we're gonna catch up with our friends at Tatum Miko and also check out a game that we haven't covered yet called Bloodloop. So over here on the indie side, the first thing you notice is the booths aren't as big, but Bloodloop's here behind me is one of the biggest ones. There's a whole bunch of tiny setups here. It kind of feels like what you'd have at like a science fair when you're in university or high school, but it's really cool because it gives the opportunity for up-and-coming game studios to showcase their stuff when they have this big event with over 250,000 people here. Now, as for Bloodloop, I actually don't know anything about the game because I didn't hear about it till I got here today, but we're gonna go interview the team and see what we can find out for this first-person shooter.
So the way it works is that the game is focusing a lot on Web2 gamers, as in we try to offer a standard gameplay experience as much as possible and a traditional experience that can leverage the emotions of the players that are playing it and can be enjoyed from everyone. But then if you want to really get in depth with the skins, the crafting, the items, you need to touch Web3. But it's built in a way that everything you do is so easy to interact with, and you don't really have to deal with wallets, connections, approval, transactions, that it's straightforward for everyone.
But the main reason why we're over here is actually to come visit our friends from Singapore and their game Tatum Miko. They actually recently released a Telegram game, so you can check that out now. We'll give you some more information. But what we're also showing here is their main game, which will be coming out soon. But my friend Nicholas is over here, so let's have a conversation with him and find out more from Tatum Miko.
Hey guys, I am Nicholas, Head of Business Development for Tatum Miko. Lumina Fates right now is still in development, but there are a few things up right now. So the combat is about to be polished, and we're working on the housing next. So as many of you guys know, we're on Ronin Network, and we're pretty much working on the Web3 integration part, NFT marketplaces, and especially on the gacha monetization. We got 3 phones live right now. There's a queue, people are waiting. We got merchandise to give out, and it has been great so far.
Now, after talking to many Web3 gaming founders here at the Tokyo Game Show, I think one of the main themes is in 2021, everyone was just getting into the hype of gaming, but we kind of forgot how long it would actually take. And because in the crypto industry, everyone is so used to quick gains with altcoins, we're used to seeing things happen so quickly. So the main thing here is instead of having everyone wait that 7 years for the game to come out, now it seems like the main thing that everyone is trying to do is at least once a year release a mini game that has something to do with the future of the game. So for Star Atlas, for instance, we see things like Sage Labs and the shooting game that we were participating last week in Singapore. But not only that, you have teams like Wilder World building mini games. So we've got the shooting game and the racing game all happening within the same world. We talked to Uplands earlier in Singapore building out their world. So now it seems like the main thing in crypto gaming is to look forward to all these new mini games as these big titles take the time they need to develop their flagship products. And that wraps it up for our coverage of the Tokyo Game Show. We definitely hope you had a great time coming along. Now, a lot of these interviews are going to be posted on X, so check out Funjible Games on X. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And now that the Tokyo Game Show is over, it is just the beginning for what is happening on Funjible Games. So if you want to see more live events like this, let us know in the comments. We'll be sure to cover those. And all those interesting games, we have future interviews set up with all the founders. And one of the things that a lot of these founders are excited about is our community, because we are 20,000 strong. Head on over to fungible.games there, and we're going to be doing things like community playtests, where you're going to have early access to so many of the up and coming Web3 games.